Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, October 24th. Really powerful times we are in. And today I thought I would talk about why your most important relationship is with yourself. And so we're here looking at themes of self-care and how to best take care of yourself. And this is the moon cycle that is about relationship, as I've been talking about since we began with the Libra new moon back on September 25th, I believe. And so it's a great time to think about your own relationship with yourself and what that means. Of course, we are just right on the cusp today of the moon the sun just went into Scorpio, and the moon is going to go into Scorpio and form that Scorpio new moon and solar eclipse just around 1:48 a.m. on Tuesday. That's Pacific time, so you may need to adjust for your time zone, but we are really, like, today the moon is in Libra, and but it's also really heading into that new moon, and so really sort of so thin that it's past that point where you can even see it anymore, and heading into that dark moon. So also today the moon is passing by planet Mercury, which is about communication. And so the ways that we communicate in relationship, in partnership, and what better way to think about communication than to think about how you communicate with yourself, right? And we do it all the time. We communicate with ourselves through the thoughts that we have in our heads, what the inner dialogue that we have, right? The ways that we talk to ourselves. And how often do you take a step back to ask yourself what thoughts are you putting in your head? What are you telling yourself about yourself? What are you telling yourself about the world? What are you telling yourself, and how are you limiting what is possible through the thoughts that you're having? So it's a really big way that we can impact our experience and our relationship with ourselves is through asking ourselves, how are we being kind to ourselves? Are you and maybe there are some ways that you can consciously bring in some kind thoughts for yourself, telling yourself, hey, you did a good job with that, or you look great today. How often do you do that? And what, maybe right now, after you watch this video, take a minute to jot down 3 things you like and appreciate about yourself. How often do you do that? So really powerful. And your relationship with yourself, of course, is the source of how you relate to others. And so if you have difficulty being kind to yourself or thinking of something nice to say, that could mean 2 things. Either you also have difficulty being kind to others and thinking of nice things to say or recognize or notice or appreciate about them, but it also could mean that you're so absorbed with your thoughts about yourself that you can have trouble accessing that ability to notice what you appreciate about someone else. But also, how can those other people that you encounter, that you have relationships with, maybe you're being so kind to them because you're trying to make up for ways that you don't feel secure inside yourself, so just asking and noticing and looking at some of those kinds of things. And if you notice yourself, hey, I notice that it's easy for me to be kind and nice to this other person, but it's harder for me to do that for myself. Just getting curious and asking yourself, what's going on there? Why is that? And maybe making a little conscious practice to consciously bring in that kindness for yourself. It really is the source of how you can be and share and shine in the world. So and as we complete this Libra moon cycle, today being the last day, as we begin the new cycle tomorrow, we're really in that new moon time already, as we experience the moon disappearing and we can't see it anymore as the dark moon, the new moon time. So we're letting go, we're surrendering, we're entering into that dark moon mystery. Yesterday I went deep into how this Scorpio eclipse is helping us to give birth to a new reality, the meaning of birth, the relationship of the birth symbolism to women and the energy of women, and how this Venus energy impacts our eclipse that's really tonight and tomorrow morning. All of that so in depth yesterday, so check that out if you missed that, because there's a lot of information about the Scorpio eclipse. So today, Libra, completion, relationships, thinking about and bringing it back to that real place of foundation, that real place where you are making some foundational decisions about how you're going to show up in relationship and how you show up in relationship to yourself. And as we all know, if you're going to have a healthy relationship, you have to have a healthy relationship with yourself first. So good time to give a little thought and attention to that dimension of life, that important part of self-care. And that important way of loving yourself is to, think about how to have a better relationship with yourself and what that would look like, how you get in the way of that. So that's for today. And I would say that if you want some help with that, other than, writing out 3 things that you appreciate yourself, maybe make it a daily practice to ask yourself, what am I grateful for about myself today? What did I do today that I can go, wow, you did that, you check that thing off, or you took that time for yourself, or you shared a moment of connection with another person, with nature, with something that's important to you. You worked on art, you let in some things that you value, anything that is just what you appreciate about yourself, and taking that extra moment to recognize that. Powerful stuff. All right. Thank you so much for being here. We do have this potent Scorpio eclipse happening tonight. As I mentioned, I've got a guided meditation to support you in doing the deeper work of working with that eclipse energy. So that's available for sale. There is a link. I'll put it in the description of this video and also in the comments. So look for that link if you are interested in having some deeper support energy work on yourself around this eclipse, and supporting yourself in connecting with the Earth's evolutionary intention, with your own healing process, and living your soul's purpose. It's the meditation helps you access actually a soul purpose barometer that you can bring into your daily life to make sure that you're staying on track with living your soul purpose, so that you're participating in birthing this new reality, and you can be your most powerful self. So check that meditation out. It's available for purchase. If you have any questions, you can always email us at info@astrologyheals.com. And I do thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because that helps me get this video out to more people, and to make a difference in our self-care, which is so important. So thank you again. And thanks for being here. All right. Bye for now.